Look at this.
Yeah, let's try that.
Hello, everybody. This is Shelly Ballara, and we're just really testing out the live stream because I'm new to this live stream. Actually, about in 2010, I had a channel, and but I took it down, and
Mhm.
so now I'm going on these YouTube streets, and I'm very intrigued about how the new technology is, and the whole culture of it is so different. And so I just thought, well, it might be a good time for me to come back on live. So I'm trying this new life thing, so I'm trying to see what works and what doesn't work. But before, when I had my YouTube channel, I didn't like go around to the different channels and see what they were talking about and see what the culture was. But this time I I'm doing it different. Um I don't know if you can. There you go. Um so I went down a rabbit hole actually because I work, and so at my job I get to look at YouTube. So it just makes the day go by faster. And so I stumbled on different channels. And what got me was when I went on the channels, they would be talking about, the content creators would be talking about different people or different uh things that had happened, and I didn't really get who they were talking about or what was going on. And then I would hear a name, so I would go and type up the name and see their channel, and then I figured out. I said, "Oh my God, they're talking about each other." So I stumbled upon a bunch of beef. My channel, I'm going to have it's going to be different. I'm going to talk about, I'm very intrigued about this new case, the Ramika Blackman case. I'm going to be touching up on that, and I just wanted to test out YouTube right now, but I wanted to show you or tell you about some of the content creators that I've been watching. And I guess the one thing that stood out for me was the sisterhood, child. The sisterhood. All I know is that a group of people on YouTube, content creators, supporters, and moderators went on a trip to Florida. And Lord, it went down from there. They didn't have no snacks. And it went from hell down from there. That's all I keep on hearing when I go to channel when they talking about each other, is that they didn't have no snacks. So I had to go down deeper down the rabbit hole, and I went to Let's Talk About It with Amora. Now I like Amora, but I'm starting. There's people who don't like her. I think they had some type of saga named the Latrue Saga, in which I think that ended, and so now there were different sides to the Latrue Saga. But anyway, it must have been a solution to that, I guess. But anyway, child, let's talk about it with Amora. She's getting into it with Break Room 411 and Neo's Scary Matrix. Now, Neo's Scary Matrix, I like her. She does a lot of chat GPT stuff. And the thing about it is that Neo Scary Matrix and Break Room 411. Break Room 411, she's supposed to be like the queen of roast. She do roast, but her roast don't sting. Amora is cutting them two down to the white meat. And I had to turn it off because I was like, uh, this kind of stings. But Amora, she is very intelligent and her content is very thorough. And so but yeah, she got the internet sister to get on her side, and she goes on after Amora and talks about Neil's scary matrix and break room. And I think they're talking about uh let's keep it real with Amber. Now Amber, I looked at her and she's cool. Her content, I don't know, she seems like, people, she thinks people are always messing with her. So she's always going back and forth with somebody on her channel. But the beef really that is going on is with Amora. Let's talk about it with Amora, Neo Scary Matrix, and Break Room 411. Now, Break Room 411, she has roasted a lot of people. That's really what her content seems to be about. She'll talk about the Ramika Blackman case I've seen, but a lot of her content is really just talking to her supporters and having a panel and talking about Amora and what she think Amora did. And so I had to go down a rabbit hole and find out what Amora did because it couldn't have been just no snacks. So anyway, Break Room 411, she said that it was all that Amora lied on her. But I haven't heard what the lie was. It was something about somebody came on her channel, on Break Room's channel, was talking about Amora, and Break Room let them talk about her, and Amora didn't like that. So I guess it Break Room said that didn't happen, but I don't know. It's a lot of big back and forth. But if you want to go check out the back and forth and the drama, because let me tell you, last night Amora went live and she tore them up. And see, the thing about it is, it's not that bad because Neil Scary will try to come back with some heat, but she uses Chat GPT to drag Amora, and that ain't gonna get it. Cause Amora, they don't realize she's from the military. She's a soldier. She is trained for battle. She don't have the same kind of heart that they do. You know, Break Room 411's dragon is fair. And there's no fair fighting. You know what I'm saying? She not really going too dirty on Amora. But Amora went there, man. Some of that stuff she was saying, I was like, damn. I couldn't believe it. But if you want to check it, if you want to dive in and check out Amora's live last night, it's called Talk About It with Amora, and the video is called Okay, well, we might as well finish off Tuesday like we started. and and only reason why I'm shouting out this video is because Break Room 411 and Neo's grievances she wrote down. So you can kind of like see what they were talking about, what they were doing, talking about she was doing. But Break Room, if you want to follow her, you go to Break Room 411 and she has, her little videos that she did about Amora. But it's just this saga that just will not uh let go. They just going back and forth, but maybe it'll end now, now that Amora went live. But another person that I really like was Open Book. Open Book, she's so jolly, she's very friendly. And on Sunday, she does her Sunday worship that you could do. But she just laughs a lot. That's the only thing. I like her a lot, but I got to kind of be in a mood for her because she kind of laughs a lot. But she's on the she's I wanted to say she's on the Ramika Black Men Justice for Ramika side. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna make another video about the Ramika Black Men and Holly Johnson case, and I'm gonna tell you about that, and I'm gonna let you know whose side is on who and everything like that. If you want to support Holly or if you want to support Ramika, but I'm gonna get into that too. So the man that I like are Ticket TV. I really like Ticket TV, and he's a man's man, and he doesn't get into too much. He's just real cut and dry, and he's got a channel for sports, and I like Conscious TV. Conscious TV, he's so humble and peaceful, you know, and his stuff. If you want to catch up on TD Jakes, he got that. But Conscious TV face never move. I don't know if he on some Botox or whatever, but he don't show no emotion in his face. But he's beautiful. He's a beautiful soul. I mean, but I don't know if I'm saying his pronouns right because he come out with a full beard, but he sure do got that lace front on and them eyelashes. So I don't know. I hope I'm, presenting him right. But I like Conscious TV. You could check him out if you want to, he does a lot of content on TD Jakes lately. But lately he been doing content on Donut, which is another content creator. And if you, Armand Wiggins. Now you probably heard of Armand Wiggins because he's like he's very big. And in my house, it's an ongoing joke. They be like, "Who's Mama looking at her?" And they be like, "Mama looking at her gay boyfriend," because Armand Wiggins. I mean, he gay, but he's cute, and he's not the most. I don't know. It's like he's giving off a masculine energy with the gay energy, but not really. And I thought, dang, if I was a little younger, because when I was younger, I was real cute. I must say so myself. But and I said I could probably get him. But then when he stand up and he show them booty shorts, I know he's standing 10 toes down. He that wouldn't have happened. Armand is standing 10 toes down in his whole thing. But yeah, so Armand Wiggins, um, Conscious TV, Ticket TV is real good. If you want to, the Diddy trial, that's kind of old, but Ticket TV did some commentary on the Diddy trial, and that was a lot. But he's doing now the 50 Cent and Diddy, so you can catch that. And then I got my queens. I got Queen Sheba, Queen Amadeus Shakur, and Queen Fee. Now, Queen Fee looked like she just starting out only because her grandbaby and everybody be running around in the background. But she got a great personality. Um, Queen Sheba Darling, that's her channel. She does all of the hot topics. I think if you want to catch up on the Funky Dineva and the Tamar, she does this thing which I think is so brilliant on Saturdays, where she um does this I said what I said, and people can come up on her panel and say whatever they want, and then they have to say I said what I said. And if they come on too long, then this white man come on and he start crying. But what's so brilliant is somebody in the audience can pay her, I think, $9.99 and get them off the off the panel with the white man that be crying. It's funny because people be talking and then the white man come on, you hear the violins and whatever. But anyway, I was just really testing this out, and I'm going to start making a lot of videos. I'm actually an author. I've written 3 books, and so I have one book that I really love, and I think that's really is really funny, but nobody buys that book. And so since nobody's buying it, I'm just gonna do a segment on Fridays, every other Friday, where I read a chapter of the book. And I don't mean I'm just gonna be all stiff, though they said what. No, I'm gonna get in my pajamas. We gonna all get in our pajamas, get a glass of wine, and we gonna get cozy in our bed or on our couch or on our cozy chairs, and we are going to listen while I read the chapter of the book. And it's going to be good because I think the book is really funny. But we're going to do a lot of good things. I want to have a lot of panel discussions and things like that. And I know nobody's in this live, but I'm going to interact with the chat, and I hope that you guys, who is ever watching this, can come back and subscribe to my channel. If you press like, it'll put me in an algorithm. But this will be the first of many lives that I'm going to do. And I'm going to end this live. And I hope to have more content for you that you would be interested in. So this is Shelly Belair Live, and I will talk to you soon. Peace.